Hey guys, what's good? Today I'm going to be reviewing Futurama Season 11, Episode 7, which is titled Rage Against the Vaccine. I'll be breaking this down in a few sections, and there will be spoilers. Before we get started, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry that these have been coming out a little bit slowly. I do try to get them done as quick as possible. They are a little time intensive for me, but I do try to get them done within like a week of the episode coming out, so I do apologize for them being coming out a little slow. All right, let's start with the summary. The episode starts in the park where the new New York mayor is stating that 3023 is the year we triumphed over COVID-19. A report breaks in stating that a new virus has broken out called Explovid 23. The symptoms are anger and a slight cough. The virus is seeming to have started in the sewers, and the city puts a ban on entering or leaving them. Just then, Leela emerges from a sewer in the Plan X. The crew delivers Bill Nye's head to the park, and surprisingly, it's actually Bill Nye voicing himself. He announces that the pandemic is over, and he and everyone erupt in coughs. Fights then start to break out in the park. Back at Plan X, the professor tells the crew he has a test to see
who's got the virus and who's just naturally mean.
It involves jamming a Q-tip up your nose to collect a brain matter sample. Everyone then takes the test, but Leela comes back negative and she gets quarantined. Hermes lets everyone know that all work is going to be remote using gloom. The show then makes a bunch of Zoom jokes. Although there is kind of a cool Easter egg where Amy has Goku hair. The professor then tells everyone that they have to come back to work, but they have to wear masks. The show then makes a bunch of masks and conspiracy theory jokes. Hermes comes to the conclusion that the virus is actually a zombie virus. He then says that the only cure is voodoo. Hermes then tells LaBarbara that he is going to New Orleans. LaBarbara has a good line here.
You must listen to me, because I grew up in a voodoo family. And zombieism killed my father, then brought him back to life.
The show then makes a few jokes about the TSA and airport travel. The new New York mayor introduces the professor to go over the professor's vaccine. Wernstrom then interrupts with his vaccine. The show then makes a few jokes about vaccines and such. The train Hermes was taking erupts into fights and flies off the track, but makes it to New Orleans. Hermes heads to a shop where he gets 4 tarot cards. The show then makes jokes about people not taking vaccines and internet misinformation. It is shown that the Omicronians are the ones spreading the lies online as a plan to invade Earth. Fry goes into Leela's quarantine and they both start coughing. Hermes then follows the tarot cards to a graveyard where he meets a robot made of bones.
Been bones keeper this boneyard for 3 bone-dread years.
They find a bone key to the Voodoo HQ. The bone robot drops Hermes off at the Voodoo HQ where he finds Barbados Slim. The Omicronians invade while all of Earth is fighting amongst themselves. Barbados tells Hermes that curing zombies is the kind of voodoo that he don't do. The Barbara comes out of the shadows as this is the kind of voodoo that she do. Side note though, at this point the show makes like a ton of jokes about LaBarbara cheating on Hermes with Barbados through the whole rest of this episode, and it's kind of dumb. Barbados takes them to the Inter Sanctum, which turns out to be a very bright and very nice looking lab. Lur makes a speech but starts to cough. This causes, oh my god, an Omicron variant of the virus. LaBarbara creates a voodoo vaccine and tests it on Hermes. It works and they roll it out to the city. Let's go over what I liked about this episode. There's a couple moments that I chuckled. Yeah, that's about it. Let's go over some dislikes. I really dislike the subject of this whole episode. I know that there's some shows and stuff that made content around COVID and the pandemic that were really well received. I just doubt that this is ever going to be on those lists. I don't think the episode had anything new to bring to making fun of or having a laugh at COVID or the pandemic in itself. And I felt like every joke that it had was just a reminder of everything that everybody had to go through in the last couple of years. As for a rating, I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 5.5. Well, I think the episode had a couple of laughs. I also think it's a bit too close and actually a bit too far away from the pandemic and the virus that we've all experienced in 2020. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, make sure that you subscribe for more. I also stream over on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'll have those links down in the description below. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.